Hi Capricorn, welcome back to Peaceful Oracle. This is your September monthly tarot and oracle card reading. Thank you so much for all your likes, shares, and subscribes, as I really enjoy your comments as well, and I'm so grateful for all of your support. Okay, Capricorn, so let's get into what I saw coming up for you in the month of September. I actually really like the energy for you, Capricorn, this month. It feels like you're in your element. Now I know we're in Virgo season, and Virgo is an earth sign as well. So that could be why that's what I was picking up on, that it feels like there's a good flow happening for you. It doesn't really seem like there's too much engagement in drama or any of the chaotic energy that might be happening around you. I see you also spending some time with yourself and also with people that you really enjoy the company of. So, not too much energy or time being spent on things that don't inspire you. It does really feel like there's an inspiring energy coming in for you, Capricorn. I also feel like you may stumble upon some really great ideas, some really awesome, innovative ideas that really spark your creativity and kind of feel like you have a project to work on, like a passion project to work on that you just want to lose yourself in. So that kind of feels like that's the energy that's coming in, or that's going to be available to you in the month of September. Pretty quiet, but also quiet in the sense that there's not too much drama that you're allowing into your life at this moment. So we have the Hanged Man, it looks like, in your present situation. And the Hanged Man, it's a major arcana card, and it does really feel like it really resonates with kind of the energy that I was picking up on just now, the Hanged Man, which is sitting in silence, sitting with yourself and kind of just allowing things to be where they're at. The Hanged Man is non-movement. It's letting go of resistance. It's letting go of needing things to be a certain way. And I feel like crossing with the Six of Cups here, that when we do that, we actually end up getting what we want a lot quicker. Because it does really feel like there is a direction that you want your life to move in, but it kind of feels like if there's too much force or too much, like you want it almost too much, it almost hinders the progress or it slows the growth. So I feel like, Capricorn, you're really starting to hone in on the idea that if I just let go of wanting it too much or putting too much force or effort into making something happen, that it's actually, making it worse. Like it's doing the opposite of what I want it to do. So I really love the Six of Cups crossing the Hanged Man here for you, because Six of Cups is generosity. It's, opening up. That's what I'm hearing. Opening up of relationships where you previously could not, it almost like there was a block is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like there was some kind of block or hindrance. And what was causing that hindrance was there was almost like too much of this aggressive, I need this to happen and I need it to happen the way I want it to happen. So just easing up on the control, easing up on things needing to show up when you need them to show up. And once we can do that, once we can kind of master that, I'm just going to let things be where they are. And I'm just going to, take more of an observer seat to this. I feel like that is when things start coming in. And you may also find that there's more, what I'm hearing is this is more relationships that are more in resonant with who you are now than before. I hope that makes sense. Like, I kind of feel like what I'm sensing is that there might have been some relationships or connections with other people that didn't really, like, you wanted it to happen, but in reality, if we took a step back from it, you would actually see that, how different that other person was to you and actually really didn't match very well. But because we wanted it so much, we kind of wanted to see what we wanted to see rather than seeing the reality of the situation. And so now, as we kind of take a step back and take a look at, seeing things for how they really are, we make room for things that are more meant for us, or things that just resonate more authentically with us. And I like how we have the Three of Swords in your past positions. This is heartbreak, betrayal, disappointment, feeling out in the cold is what I'm hearing, feeling kind of abandoned, rejected. That's a Three of Swords. It's heartbreak. It's disappointment. But it's in your past, though. It's letting that go. It's being able to, and then here we also have the Eight of Cups at the bottom, which is in your past events as well, which is, searching off and going off in search for what really resonates with you, or kind of like this missing piece. I always see the Eight of Cups is, I really love this card because I love how self-explanatory this card is, to me at least. It's like, there's one missing cup and he's off looking for it, pretty much. It's like, what else is out there for me? Something feels like it's missing. Something is not complete, like the picture is not complete. Wow, really beautiful cards here. So in your future events, we have the Ace of Cups. So this is emotional fulfillment. This is the overpouring of emotions. This is feeling that you have more than enough. I'm also feeling like this is a lot of blessings coming in for you too. Those drops of water that I see falling out from the cup, not necessarily the stream, but the little droplets. I heard from Spirit that for you, Capricorn, that is just blessing. That is blessing from Spirit. That is grace. Getting a break from all of the chaos or some of the things that haven't been working out, some of that stuck energy, not being able to move forward. And we have the Chariot card. I'm sorry, I didn't acknowledge that there. We have the Chariot card overarching your reading. And the Chariot is forward movement, but it's also being able to balance our emotions with what we want. The way the Chariot moves forward and quickly is when we achieve balance, when we can kind of harness and hone in some of the, like not having too much of one thing and not enough of the other. So keeping that balance is what keeps that Chariot moving forward. So that kind of seems to be the overarching theme here for you, Capricorn, is being able to almost kind of take more of a relaxed approach to life, especially in September. And that will actually be able to get you to where you want to go a lot quicker. And you'll see a lot more opportunities for connections with others. And kind of like this outpouring of emotion and love and friendships and partnerships and careers. And I'm also seeing with the Eight of Cups that there might even be a career or a job prospect or an opportunity that comes in for you. I'm also seeing some of you might get a promotion as well. Wow, beautiful. We have the Star card in your present emotion. So this is manifesting. And I'll get into that in a second because I know I was talking about the Ace of Cups here. With the promotion, I was kind of feeling like it's time for you. Like there's time. It's time for you to move on to something better, and something that's more deserving is what I'm hearing. So some of you could be, working really, really hard at something and you're finally being rewarded for it, and something that will bring you a lot more fulfillment. Something that will help you to feel appreciated for your hard work. Really feels like Spirit's got your back this month, and you'll feel that. I mean, Spirit's always got our back, but sometimes it doesn't feel like it. And this month, I feel like Capricorn, you're going to feel that Spirit has your back, that things are just kind of falling into place. It feels like a clear road. It feels very peaceful and very relaxing. This month, it kind of feels like there's a sense of calm and peace that will come over you this month, where you don't really have to stress too much about things. You can just kind of keep doing what you're doing. And maybe just in your own perspective or in your mind, your approach to things can kind of take more of a relaxed approach. And that will also really help you to have a good time this month is what I'm sensing. Like you'll be able to enjoy it if you can take more of a relaxed approach. Okay, let's see what we have coming up in the environmental sphere here. Yes, hard work. Beautiful. Yeah. It kind of does feel like work is going to be the center of your focus this month, but there is an attachment to relationships with your work. So I kind of feel like they're connected this month. So the more you enjoy your work, the more wonderful partnerships and relationships are going to come in. So that's what it kind of feels like. That if we're in the right place in this area in our life, then the other areas are going to match that, is what it feels like. And I think that Capricorn, for you, work is where you shine the most. Just because that's your sign. I mean, I've always seen Capricorns, or most earth signs, are just incredibly hard workers. I mean, very focused, very clear, organized, and practical. And you know how to get things done. You know how to achieve things. You know how to not get too distracted or too caught up in your emotions. You have that ability to do that, to be very, very grounded. And that's a talent of yours, Capricorn. And I think that you're going to really utilize that and really take advantage of that skill. And it's going to work out for you in many other areas in your life as well. And you'll be surprised to see how that plays out. I feel like you have a few surprises coming up for you this month as well in terms of friendship. Wow, lots of good messages coming in. Okay, so let's see in your hopes, dreams, and desires, Capricorn. Yeah, wanting to overcome this sense of loss. You know, there could be like, you could have been feeling like you're out in the cold. I did say that with the Three of Swords previously, where you felt like you have been kind of left out, like people don't care, and or not overlooked is what I'm hearing. You've been overlooked. And I kind of feel like now is the time for Capricorn to kind of make up for lost time. So it's like making up for all the things that you feel like you've lost, all the things that you feel like you've been passed over, not acknowledged for some of the work that you've put in. I kind of feel like the energy is turning back around, and you're going to be given the attention or rewards or acknowledgement that that's due to you. Beautiful. And 10 of Cups at the top here. And I'll make sure that I'll pick a clarifying card for each of these cards as well. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Swords. So, you know, there's a significant ending here that has to do with heartbreak. There's, you know, the 3 of Swords in your past, and we have the 5 of Pentacles, and then the 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I really feel like there is something that you're finally putting down, something that you're finally kind of throwing in the towel with, and you are not going to put too much energy towards that. A specific situation. I kind of feel like it's something that has taken a toll on your mental sphere, something that has been exhausting to try to figure out. And it's not something that you're willing to put too much effort into anymore. And that's over for you. And I feel like because this chapter, this phase is over for you, that now you're going to be able to see other possibilities for your life. Like you're shifting your focus onto the positive things in your life and what you do have control over, or what you can make happen. So it kind of feels like because your focus is shifting, that you're able to see and feel some of the more enjoyable parts of life now, because your focus is not so much on what's going wrong, but more on what's going right, or what has the possibility of going right for me now. Temptation. Beautiful. Okay, so I feel like here the Hanged Man and the 6 of Cups. So clarifying with the Temptation card here. So this is the Devil card. And Capricorn, in the traditional tarot, Capricorn is usually often, the Devil card is Capricorn. It's usually, categorized under Capricorn. And it's usually just kind of like overcoming our addictions. It's overcoming areas in our life where we feel powerless. And I really think that that's really interesting with the Hanged Man, because I think that sometimes we could, if you're someone that maybe have a tendency to need to try to control the situation, not because you're necessarily like this controlling person, but just because it makes you feel safe. Like that's how you've learned to try to feel like you're safe in the world and you're safe in your life, is when you have all your ducks in a row, is pretty much what I'm hearing. So I kind of feel like you're going to be challenged this month to take more of a laid back approach. And that may be kind of difficult for some of you because it's not in your nature. For some of you, it may not be in your nature to do that. It may be more of like, no, I need to be able to manage everything that I have control over in my life so I can produce the results that I want. And I think that if we can kind of challenge ourselves or play around with the idea of taking that laid back approach, that you will find that things come a lot smoother and easier. And also the way people respond to you will be in a much more in a much more kinder, sweeter way, because your energy is more kinder, sweeter, and it's a little bit easier you become more approachable, right? Because you're a bit softer. So that I kind of feel like that's what the temptation card here is saying, is that there's going to be, you may be challenged. That may be a challenge for some of you to take a laid back approach, but it is going to benefit you greatly this month. And it'll also help you to enjoy the month a lot easier if you can kind of just let go and let things be what they are, and, just focus on what is going right and what's working out for you. And just keep doing that with this Eight of Pentacles, being able to do the work that you really enjoy and getting paid for it, being compensated for it, which is really beautiful as well. I love that. Oh, okay. Clarification card for the Chariot, please. Oh, okay. One fell out quite a few times. Four of Air, beautiful. Four of Swords. I don't think I've ever picked out this card. I've never seen this card before. How funny is that? Wow. It's almost like I didn't even know this card. Not that I didn't know that the Four of Air existed, but I just don't remember ever seeing this image in this deck. How funny. Okay, so we have the peacocks is what I'm really being drawn to here. Okay, yeah, okay, so really trying to hold on to, I kind of feel like you're trying to hold on to a sense of stability, sense of like, because it could be that you're kind of looking out around you or out into the world and kind of feeling like, I don't know what's going on right now. What's happening? And it could be something that's going out in the world, it could be something that's happening globally. It could be something that not being able to understand another person in your life, not being able to understand a dynamic or a situation. It could also be not understanding why something hasn't been moving in the way that you wanted it to move in. So this is this feels like there's kind of a struggle to hold on to your power, a struggle to hold on to what you know, or what you want, or how you want things to be. Yeah, so there's going to be this need or want to really preserve and hold on to what you have. Interesting. Okay, Three of Swords, please. Three of Water. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I kind of feel like there might have been a disappointment with relationships, something that it could be in a friendship type situation, like a heartbreak or a disappointment, I'm hearing. Feeling betrayed. Or feeling just, disappointed and let down by something. Eight of Cups here. Kind of feel like these are connected with the Eight of Cups. World shift. Yeah, there's a really big shift in relationships here. Now, you may be going through some significant, like a relationship doing a complete 180, stepping into a new timeline or paradigm, I think. Searching for the missing piece. Wanting to kind of, so it's almost like what I saw right now was like you're searching for this missing piece that could unlock doors for you. And maybe there's a bit of frustration from not being able to unlock that door. Like, what am I missing here? Okay, Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay. Hanged Man again. So again, significant lesson here of needing to allow things to be what they are, because I think that if you're trying to force something to happen, it might go in the opposite direction. Like it may do the exact opposite of what you want it to do. So it's going to hinder that growth. So Spirit's really asking you to just kind of have some patience and have that stillness, being able to just kind of, like sometimes the hangman is like you're just hanging in the air, you're being forced. It's like uncomfortably forced to just sit there, right? Like you want to move with this Chariot card, but Spirit's like, nope, we are going to just let things be. This is not yours to control. This is not yours to try to take a hold of and try to manage. And And there is a silver lining to it, because with both Hangman cards, we have the Six of Cups crossing the Hangman here, and then we have the Ace of Cups clarifying, or the Hangman clarifying the Ace of Cups here, which is emotional fulfillment. It's happiness. It's joy, and it's being able to feel like you finally get what you want. But it's going to require you to be able to hold still and to be able to just let things be what they are, and not really have you try to do anything with it. Okay, so trying to manifest something. Yeah, you have the Star card here. I really love the Star card. It's hope, it's dreams, it's wishes, it's desires, it's manifesting. And you're in a really good place to be able to do that. I do feel like things are in your favor right now. And I do really feel like you're listening to your intuition. I'm hearing that some of you may find a really clear direction in where you want to go in your career, where you want to go in your life. You may kind of feel like something opens up for you, or you may feel like something inspires you to I'm kind of feeling seeing an image of, an individual, you're working, and then all of a sudden something kind of inspires you to want to take a break from work and go on a trip somewhere, like some pilgrimage, or go to another country, or go to like another state, kind of go on this little sabbatical and take some time off and be inspired, because you might have like this new idea that you really want to delve into, and so you want to get away. So that kind of thing. There's this Queen of Water here, is this really tapping into your true emotional needs, and what is it that you need in order for you to manifest the life that you want. So this is really about being in touch with yourself, being in touch with your authenticity, and getting in touch with your emotions as well. So if you're someone that has a tendency to not have a hard time with connecting with your emotions, I feel like this month may be a month where you really tune into that, where you spend more time with your emotions, and you spend more time with, what is it that I really want for my life, more than just how do I just make everything work for me. This is more about, what do I want, and who am I as a person, and what resonates with me on a more spiritual or authentic level. I really feel like there's a need to want to connect with your spirituality. I think that that's going to be kind of important for you, Capricorn, to take some time. I'm hearing that, to take some time and connect with your spirituality, because it feels like there's something long lost about that for some of you. Kind of like creating a spiritual practice. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. So Eight of Pentacles is in your environmental sphere, and this is receiving rewards from your hard work. I love Eight of Pentacles because it's always a card that shows up when an individual is doing work that they really love, and you get paid for it, which is, the ideal situation for anyone when it comes to work, is being able to do what you're passionate about, where you shine the most, something that you've just, that's like your thing, like that's your calling. And you're able to receive lots of rewards from that. It's being rewarded for your hard work, and just really being able to, like, he's in his flow state. And I did feel that there's a flow. There's a flow that's going to come in this month for you in terms of work. Let's clarify the Eight of Pentacles here. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So Seven of Earth also is assessing all that you have cultivated up until now. So it's kind of like looking at what you've built for yourself and deciding what you want to do about it, or where you want to go from here. So it does kind of feel like there's a bit of a crossroads. It does kind of feel like there's something switching or moving. There's a significant shift in work, and it's not so much about, I'm not seeing that it's anything that's happening to you. It's something that is occurring within you. So I kind of feel like on the outside, work is just going the way it is, but within you, there could be like this longing or this searching for something. And that is going to prompt you to start kind of looking at, okay, well, how much how much have I built for myself up until now, and what changes do I need to make? Am I happy? Do I want to do something else? Am I inspired to do something else? Do my passions seem to be shifting a bit in this other direction? And do I want to explore that more? So I kind of feel like you're going to be that's going to be on your mind this month in terms of work, where you look at all that you have built and you're kind of assessing what can I do with this abundance that I have? Or how can I make more? Like if you're not happy with it, like if it's something that you love, but it's not something that has given you enough, monetary rewards, or you're not making enough from that line of work, then maybe looking at, well, I don't feel like I'm getting paid enough, or I don't feel like this job is worth it to me. Like I have to put in a lot of work and I don't get really paid that much. So I want to shift, because we do have the Five of Pentacles here. And Five of Pentacles is, kind of being left out in the cold, not having enough, pretty much is what I always see it as. It's not enough. This could be kind of like a mental thought frame. Like it could be, it's not necessarily that you don't have enough, but it's just, it feels like nothing is enough almost, and it kind of feels like you're wanting, in this with the Nine of Water, it's like you want to feel like you have, like Nine of Water is having everything, like you want to, and more. So it's a card of luxury. It's a card of feeling like, okay, I'm just hearing right now that with the Five of Pentacles, that this could just be a fear. Like it's a fear of yours of not having enough. Like not being able to provide for yourself, or not being able to live comfortably and to be able to afford the things that you want. So maybe you're someone that wants, that you like the luxury stuff. You want to be able to have more. I mean, who doesn't, right? So it's like having this kind of feels more like a thought frame. It doesn't really feel like, for some of you, that it is what's really happening, like on the physical realm. Like you do have enough, and it is, but it's more of like switching your mind frame, your perspective on how you're seeing it. And for some of you, it could be that it's really not enough, and that you're wanting more. You're wanting to live more comfortably, and you're wanting to be able to, maybe you want to go out more, maybe you want to pay for like a vacation that you're really wanting, and your job just doesn't pay for that. So that kind of thing. There seems to be a little bit of unhappiness when it comes to how much you have in terms of finances. It could also be, I'm hearing for some of you that it could be in home life as well, because Five of Pentacles, it's not always just money. Sometimes it could be just it's your foundation, right? So it's like our relationships, it's our home, it's our stability, our support system. That's the word I'm looking for. It's our support system. It's like, how are we supported in this world, in this life? And it could be that you could feel a little bit left out in the cold in terms of family, is what I'm hearing. Like in your family life, like maybe there's someone that you're kind of at odds with in the family, and you're feeling like there's a disconnection there. So something that's incomplete is what I'm hearing. And you're wanting this fulfillment. You're wanting to feel like your life is full. And that makes sense, because we have the Ten of Cups here in your final outcome, which is great. I really like this, because it does kind of seem like you have more than enough. So this is really interesting. In this spread, what it kind of feels like is there is a lot coming in for you, and there is a lot around you, but inside of you, it may kind of feel like something's missing. Is what I'm sensing. And I think that this month, Spirit wants you to kind of take more of the Hanged Man approach, and just kind of take a back seat, and to be able to enjoy and appreciate the things that you do have in your life, and allow things to kind of settle, or allow things to play out in the way that they need to play out, and not have you try to force an outcome, is what I'm seeing here. And I think that when we can kind of do that, you'll actually end up enjoying this month a lot more. If you can find a way to enjoy your month without needing it to be any different than what it is. Let's do a clarifying card for the Ten of Cups. Yeah. Okay, So with the 4 of water here, I'm seeing that it's like you're extending out a hand and offering of a fulfillment. Ooh, okay. So it could be that you are extending out a hand, or like a peace offering almost is what I'm seeing, is like kind of like a white flag. It could be trying to reconcile differences, so you can have like this more fulfillment in your life. Wanting to settle some waves, some like choppy waves is what I'm hearing. Or it could be someone doing this for you. It could be someone coming in and kind of offering you like this peace card of like, hey, let's let bygones be bygones, and kind of, have like a level of harmony in this relationship. But there is a sense of untrusting. Like there's something about this dynamic that you're not trusting, or the other person's not trusting you. Could go the other way as well. That either you're extending out a hand, or someone else is extending out their hand, like a peace offering, but the other party is not trusting it. And rightfully so, I feel like. There is a right, like if that's what you feel, if you should trust your instincts. So if your instincts is telling you to not trust, then it's good to follow that, I'm sensing. It could be someone kind of rejecting your offer, or you're rejecting someone else's offer of peace. Yeah. And trusting that instinct. Yeah, that's good. I think that this is going to be really important. I feel like there's something really significant here where there's somebody not trusting something in terms of a relationship or a partnership, just to protect themselves, There could also be eyes on you as well this month. 3 of Earth is always acknowledgement for your work. I feel like in terms of relationships this month, it may be kind of at a standstill. So if I can just kind of sum it up there, it's going to be at a standstill. And I think the best way to approach it is to kind of just let things be where they are, especially if it kind of feels like it's hitting a roadblock and we're not making any progress here. But in terms of work, though, I see a lot of movement and a lot of progress where you're being acknowledged. Again, we have the 3 of Earth at the bottom of the deck. So again, we have this acknowledgement for your hard work, something coming around full circle where if you feel like you've been overseen, overlooked for something, I kind of feel like you may experience a reward or an acknowledgement or a recognition for something. Some of you may experience a promotion, a raise, something like that. Or you may even end up switching careers or jobs or positions or places of work where something that kind of matches something where you feel more appreciated, or you feel like you're being compensated for the work that you put in. So there's acknowledgement, opportunities for acknowledgement this month, Capricorn, which is really awesome. Okay, so let's pick out a guidance card for Capricorn for the month of September 2021. Encouragement. Beautiful. Okay, it does really kind of feel like you're wanting some comfort almost. Some comfort. And I kind of feel like, Capricorn, you are going to receive that from the people that are closest to you. I feel like there is, even if you're not getting it from some other sources, I do feel like you are going to receive comfort from like other family members that are close to you, that you do have a good connection with. And I also kind of feel like in terms of work, being recognized for your hard work is going to encourage you to keep going further, or it's going to renew a sense of hope. It's going to renew, and I love that because we have the Star card here, and the Star is all about hope. So it's all about being able to see the silver lining or the light at the end of the tunnel, feeling hopeful, feeling like there's more for me, that there's more in store on this path that I can look forward to. And I kind of feel like this month you may experience something where it renews that hope, or it renews your spirit, where you feel excited for life again, where you feel excited for things that there's something to look forward to. That's what I'm feeling. And I think that you need that, something to look forward to. And I feel like in the month of September, you're going to get to feel that. Okay, what is Capricorn's challenge for this month of September? What is Capricorn's challenge? Wonders. Okay. Okay, so what I'm hearing is it may be kind of hard for you to see how spirit is working in your life. It may be hard to see why something is happening the way it's happening. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe there's not a whole lot of clarity around a situation. Like maybe there's something that you just can't wrap your mind around, something that you just can't understand. Because with the Wonders card, I'm kind of feeling like there's some spiritual, like a spiritual teaching or like a spiritual concept or philosophy that's a little bit difficult for you to be able to really accept, or for you to be able to kind of be like, okay, I don't understand how that works like that. So there's something there. I'm not sure what it is because it could play out differently, for each one of you. But I am kind of seeing that there could be a little bit of like cloudiness or fogginess around some spiritual undertone or spiritual lesson behind something. Like the way that, and it's interesting how it's on top, again, on top of the Hanged Man card here. So it could be really something that you struggle with, is like being able to just take a back seat and just allowing things to be, sitting still. Like having that stillness within might be a little bit difficult. You may kind of feel antsy, like you need to do something, you need to act on something, and you need to accomplish something or get something done. Or you need to do something about this. Like I need to be able to put in my full effort into something. But I think Spirit's just kind of like, no, we just need you to just relax. Just shift your focus onto something else and don't worry about this right now. Put this to the side. If it's not working out, put it to the side and shift your focus onto something that is working for you or that brings you joy. So you can kind of reset your energy there. So if something's not working out, I don't think that this is the month to really do something about it, actually, I'm hearing. Kind of feels like there's just something that needs to play out on its own time. Okay, what does Capricorn, I'm sorry, I cannot speak today. What can Capricorn look forward to in the month of September 2021? Beautiful. Freedom. I love that. Yeah, it's so funny because these two cards actually just sum up your entire reading with all of these other tarot cards underneath. The Wonders card is about, I really feel like letting go of something, like not needing to control. And with that comes a sense of freedom. It comes with this, like, this doesn't have to be about you. This doesn't have to be on you. You don't have to carry this weight. You don't have to carry this load. And I kind of feel like there's a freedom that comes with that. There's a lightness that comes with that. And it's also about allowing yourself to have that freedom. I'm kind of hearing the word programming, or like, this is what we were taught. So I'm hearing those words. So maybe for some of us, like we were taught to kind of take on other people's problems or take on responsibility or take on the guilt, the shame, all of that stuff. And I think that maybe in the month of September, you could be offering yourself an opportunity to let go. And to let go means you are also giving yourself an opportunity to feel free, to be able to go forward without carrying guilt and shame and responsibility of something that really is not your responsibility even. It could be something you're taking responsibility for, something that you're not responsible for. It's not your job. If it's like you're trying to help someone else, it could be it's not your job to help that person. It's their job to help themselves. And so kind of relinquishing some of that responsibility off of your shoulders. I really like that. And we have another card here, Gateway. Beautiful. Yeah. So there's a significant lesson here, is to kind of give yourself permission to let go. I love that. Give yourself permission to let go I feel like is your undertone. That's the message for this month for you, Capricorn. Okay. Now let's do a animal totem. What is Capricorn's animal totem for the month of September 2021? Okay, we have 2 here. Oh, we have 3. Okay. Lizard spirit, dream the world into being, which is so beautiful because we have the star card here. We also have the world card as well. I didn't really talk too much about the world card because it is in your past situation, but it's a shift. World card is the last card in the tarot deck, and it's kind of like you are finishing up. You're coming out of like a big spiritual lesson or a stage in your life. So like this pivotal shift into another chapter or into another like theme for your life. So you're kind of in the midst of that. You're kind of in that beginning stages of something different, something new. And it's kind of all jumbled together, it almost feels like. So it's almost like you have to wait for that shift to kind of allow that to happen. And so while you're doing that, it kind of feels like Spirit wants you to dream of what it is that you want to see for yourself and for your life. Like, where do you want to go from here? So there's a lot of messaging. You're being encouraged by Spirit to put out your dreams, put out your wishes. What is it that you want to see for your life, and what is it that you want the most? Even if things don't come in the way that you want them to come, because especially if it involves other people, because they also have their own path, right? So it sometimes won't always match up because, we can't interfere with another person's trajectory. So, but it's just allowing yourself to be able to figure out, like, instead of like, how do you want it to look? I'm hearing from Spirit, focusing on how do you want to feel? That seems to be more in line with where you are right now. So because sometimes things don't look the way you want them to look, but maybe focusing more on how do you want to feel in your life? Like, what is it that you're looking for and how do you want to feel? And then we have know your worth, and transformation is beautiful. So yeah, there's a big transformation happening for you here. There's an opportunity for a transformation. And I think that it's being laid out in front of you. And this is actually a really good time to also get to know yourself as well, because it does kind of feel like there's this peaceful, really reflective, introspective time. But it feels very comforting, and it feels like you're just really in your element. I really like the energy for this month. It doesn't feel overwhelming at all. Like, I mean, I know that we have the 10 of Swords, but it really just doesn't. I kind of feel like there's an ending that you're going through, and it's not something that's a surprise to you. It feels like you've just kind of been going through this phase for a while, but I think that this month you're going to have a lot of time to yourself and a lot of time to focus on yourself and getting to know yourself and focusing on, like, how do I want to feel from here on out? Like, where do I want to be? So this is going to be all about you this month. Capricorn, and it's not going to be about other people. I mean, there may be a bunch of people around you, but it's going to be, your focus is going to be on yourself, I feel like. And it's almost feels like there's a gateway, or there's like a portal opening for you where it's a good time to manifest. It's a good time to put out those wishes. It's a good time to break out the vision board. It's a good time to journal and to talk to yourself or talk to another person as well about some of the things that you feel like are blocking you and why you feel like that's blocking you, and what you can do to kind of let go and be still and be with yourself. And work looks really good as well. Work feels like there's significant progress there, which is really wonderful. Okay, Capricorn, I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful September. Bye, Capricorn. I'll see you next month.